My name is Ann Tu, and I'm a pilot. I'm a flight instructor, and I'm also an aerospace engineer. I was actually born in Vietnam, and I came to the U.S. when I was 12 years old. I was born in a very remote village in south central Vietnam called Tuy Hoa, and we had no electricity, and basically the children there had no knowledge of aviation or no dreams of aviation, because it was such a remote idea. But I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch airplanes fly by, and that sort of just kind of caught my eye, and I started thinking about it and dreaming about it. But it was just like a dream, like how can you, as a child and living in poverty, with no electricity, envision or even imagine that you could be a pilot, it's such a unrealistic reality, So when I came here to the U.S. when I was 12, then I started, learning more about the possibility of being a pilot. So actually, I didn't tell my parents that I was training. Because I knew that was not an idea or something they would support. Obviously, they weren't going to give me any money. Well, my family didn't have any money anyway to give, So I majored in math. I was a math tutor. So I worked for like 20 hours a week, just to train for an hour. So you can just imagine how long that takes, for a little kid, no guidance, no support, just trying to take flight lessons. And that took me obviously like 10 years, for me to get, almost 10 years for me to get my private pilot. So I didn't really, you can just imagine like where would you get the money from, So I got my bachelor's degree, and then I got my master's degree in aerospace engineering, and then I went to work for an aerospace company. And so then as I was working as an aerospace engineer, I started earning enough money, right? So I got my job in April, and by July, I got my private license. Wow, right? So that's like 3 months, because I had so many hours, but it was so like sporadic, over like so many years that there was no way, for me to get it done. So yeah, finally then once I got my private, then I was like, okay, now I know how things work, now I know how to get a license, So then I just kind of went on from there and got all my other licenses and ratings. Obviously with no support, emotional support or financial support from my family, I was on my own, right? So at this point, I think I was about 18, 19-ish, and I'm like, okay, so now I can legally make decisions by myself, right? So I decided that I'm really going to quit my job and get the rest of my, get the rest of my rating.